back, everybody, for another week of the DSP Live Disc Golf Talk Show. I'm your host, Josh, as always. How's everybody's weekend? My weekend was pretty good. A little bit disconnected from the disc golf scene a little bit this week. Really didn't spend too much time kind of watching much disc golf this weekend. I was watching the Daytona 200, watching the motorcycle race, for those who knew what that was. So yeah, just been watching that this weekend. Did a practice round on Saturday. Me and a couple buddies, Chris and John, got out to Como. It was nice to finally be able to use tee pads again. It's been a couple months since we've been able to do that, especially around here. Weather's finally starting to get nice, so finally the tee pads are exposed and usable again. So it was a good practice round, but yeah, this weekend didn't really watch too much of the coverage. I'm not sure if there was any pro tournaments going on this weekend. Not really sure. I think it was Go Throw this weekend, maybe, that new tour that's starting up. So maybe I'll have to catch up on that this week, throughout the week, if it's not going to be on Joe Mez or something on YouTube, because that's normally how I catch up on stuff. And then also I'll probably binge watch my typical, binge listen to my typical podcast throughout the week to catch up on things, like listen to Tour Life, the Party podcast. That one's pretty good. Gives a nice insight on the FPO side. Listen Grip Lock and on some others like that, and then Hang Loose. I'll catch up with those guys. That podcast is pretty funny. So I'll catch up with listening to Spicy Boy and Shank DG. So we'll I'll listen to those and get all caught up and see what I missed. But yeah, the weather's getting good all over the place. Racing season starting, disc golf season starting all over the place. So that'll be pretty cool. Like always, like last week I meant to say, this episode is brought to you by Backbone Disc Golf, Backbone USA. It's a disc golf company. Like I was saying last week, their customer service is phenomenal. So you guys remember, what was it, a couple weeks ago when Ricky Wysocki announced that he left Dynamic Disc? Yeah, that kind of got me a little bit nervous, because my main disc is the Saki-Bound Felon. That's the one that I throw like all the time. Like 9 out of 10 times I'm going forehand. That's the disc I'm going to be going with. So when he announced that, I instantly was like, oh no. So I'm thinking to myself, if he leaves, they're probably going to be done with that mold. And that's the mold I throw the most. So I kind of reached out to Backbone. I'm like, hey, do you have any Saki-Bound Felons left in stock? Because once they're gone, they're gone. And he goes, yeah, I got a couple. I'll give them to you right away. So I paid them, and then like 2 days later, they were right at my front door. Opened up the package, and I was definitely pumped to get a nice inventory of the Felons. So I'm stocked pretty good for this season. But still waiting for Dynamic Disc to get back to me and to kind of tell me what they're going to do with that mold. Hopefully they're able to rename it or give it to somebody else, and then have that mold continue, because that's kind of my go-to disc. So if I run out, like if I lose them, like I do a lot of times, or I'll just leave them on the fairway sometimes, or I shank a shot and they're just gone, well, yeah, I'll be kind of upset if I didn't have any more Felons to throw. So hopefully Dynamic Disc figures out what they're going to do with that mold, so I can keep that mold going in my bag. But yeah, if you guys have any needs, disc golf needs at all, definitely reach out to Backbone. They'll get you hooked up. Or you can go visit their shop out at 21339 N Union Street, Site 6 in Spencerport, New York. That's out by like Rochester area. Go check out their inventory. Phenomenal inventory. I'll be stopping out there in a couple weeks to go check things out. See if they have any more Felons for me, because like I said, I'm trying to stock up as much as I can. So just in case Dynamic Disc decides that, hey, we're not doing that run anymore because Ricky's no longer with us. So kind of sucks that he left, but hey, business is business, I guess. So anyways, so tonight's conversation, I want to know from you guys, is it better for AMs to be open bag and have all these choices of discs, or is it better for them to focus on one manufacturer where you only have a set number of discs to focus in on and kind of learn what is like and learn what discs work for you and how to actually throw the disc to its full capability. The way you can call in, there is a join button. You just hit that and it sends me a request, and then I'm able to see that. And then once I see that, I can hit that and then bring you in, and then you're able to comment, ask questions, whatever. So, and then after you're done with that, all I do is hit the X button and you go back to listening. So that way, if you're nervous about, oh man, I don't know how, I don't want to get stuck like on the show the whole time, don't worry, I can send you back to listening, so I'll be fine. And don't be nervous about calling in because everyone's nervous about it. It's fine. Don't worry. But definitely, I want to know from you guys what is better, because I'm still learning myself. We all know which way I went. I went with Trilogy. So, but yeah, I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think is best? What worked for you guys, and how you guys got to where you guys are with your decision in that. For me personally, I started disc golf about 3 years ago. I made the typical rookie mistake of, oh, I played sports before, as you can tell. I'm an athlete. This should be no problem for me. Throwing frisbees, easy, no problem. I'll be able to smoke everybody. So me being me, not knowing anything, I grabbed I think it was a Wraith and a Katana, just thinking, hey, I guess higher speeds means the faster they go. That's all I need. And I grabbed a putter, and then I remember it was some AVR mid, and my putter was some type of wizard. I remember that much. So when I first started, it was an open bag kind of ish, because I didn't know any better. But yeah, it was a rough couple first months, I would say, because I had to learn a lot. The Katana and the Wraith didn't fly as far. I thought 100 feet was phenomenal. Like, I thought 100 feet was great until I got to my first tournament that year. That was the Dying the Disc Open at Bond. So that was pretty cool. Got to meet guys like Mike Kelsey, met Luke out there, met Santos. I met, I think Ethan was there. I can't remember. And then that's where I met Solly and a couple other guys. Jimmy, that's where I met Jimmy Ray. So that was a fun tournament, because I went into that tournament thinking, oh, I'll smoke everybody. Yeah, wasn't even the case. I think I ended that tournament plus 35 at the end of 2 rounds. It was very eye-opening. I had a lot to learn. So then after that, I went into my first off season, first winter. Didn't do anything with disc golf because I didn't know to do anything, didn't know to practice or anything. So then the first actual season came around, and I still had kind of an open bag. I just had some random discs that I just kind of grabbed off where did I get it from? Amazon. So I was just buying random stuff off Amazon, thinking, oh yeah, this should work. Yeah, that should work. My first actual season was pretty rough. Definitely did not go as well as I thought. Still had a lot to learn as far as throwing goes. Throwing form was terrible. Couldn't throw more than 100 feet. So it was a rough first season. And then I remember after the first full season, that in that off season, that's when I decided to really buckle down, learn what the disc, the numbers on disc mean, learn how I throw, what should, like, I just went on a whole information, just bloop, just looped it. learned as much as I could. And from there, that's kind of where, that's kind of where I started building on my information and then starting to narrow it down to. I personally feel like I'm being overwhelmed by all these discs that are available, like from MVP, from like all the manufacturers. So it just kind of was overwhelming. So all I did was, all right, narrowed it down to what I liked. What I liked in my bag at that time was the river. So I'm like, all right, the river, it's latitude. So I'll start just throwing latitude. And then I learned about Trilogy, that it's actually 3 manufacturers. It's Dynamic Disc, West Side, and Latitude. So then I started just focusing on those discs. And then once I started focusing on those discs, I was able to start to really learn how, like, the felon how the felon flies, and how you can really throw a beautiful flex on that, and that disc works perfectly for that. And then I started building on the backhand, like the Saint Pro is easy backhand disc for me. The Escape is another easy backhand disc for me because I throw naturally flat to a slight anhyzer, and those discs fly perfectly for me. And then during that off season, I also started listening to the podcast In the Bag. If you guys haven't ever listened to that one, definitely listen to it. Robbie C dives into it, and then he really taught me something interesting: mold mineralization. So the way that he explained it is, get a couple molds in your bag, not a bunch of them, just a few, and work your throwing style around it, and learn how those discs fly, how you can manipulate them into doing multiple throws. So that's what I remember doing, is going through my bag and just mineralizing all the different molds I had. I had tons of, I was just trying everything. I just threw whatever I could into my bag, and then I'd just be like at a hole, and I would be so confused about, okay, what should I throw? How should I throw this? Now it's to the point, now that I have only a couple molds in my bag, I can step up to a hole and just be like, all right, distance is this. This is what the hole shape is. This is the shot I need. And then I'm able to narrow it down and be able to execute what I need to do. So mold mineralization was a huge benefit for me personally. And then going down to one manufacturer, or Trilogy, which is 3 manufacturers, but all under the same roof. So that definitely helped me out personally, improve my game. And then I've done In the Bag episode on the RC Disc Golf podcast. You can find that episode on the JFR Studio YouTube page to really see what is in my bag. But you're going to see that it's just very few molds, just because that's just something I focused on, was just minimizing how many different molds I have. So I'm able to get the disc to benefit me, like when I'm throwing. So that's what I did. I want to hear from you guys, see what you guys think about that. See what you guys have learned, and what you guys think is actually better for AMs, to be either open bag with multiple choices, or just one manufacturer where you're just narrowed down to make it more simple on them. So that's where I want to be. Like, that's what I want to learn, and that's what I kind of want to show other people, is what is actually better. There's been a couple times last season where I did tournaments, and people seemed to be kind of had a lot of different discs in their bag, and to me it just seemed kind of overwhelming just looking at their bag, because it's like, what are you gonna throw on this hole? Like, do you actually have it down? What about the shot? Because you got like 4 discs will do the same shot. So then wouldn't that be kind of overlapping in a little bit? That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't want to overlap my shots. I want the shots to just be distance and then what the shop shape is. Like for, let's say a hole is like, let's say about 300 feet, maybe 270 to 300 feet backhand. That's going to be a St. Pro throw for me. That's going to be any day of the week. It's going to be a St. Pro. Now, if the shot it needs to finish off harder to the left, I'll go for the more stable run of the St. Pro that I have, that the blue and white one. That by the matter of fact, someone did find for me. Thank you. At Hole 7 ECP, I was looking for that for weeks. So whoever you are, thank you so much. Huge shout out to you. You saved my butt because I was kind of lost without that disc. But yeah, or if the shot is more straight and I don't need to finish as hard, I'm gonna grab the more flippy St. Pro run. That way it'll go out and it won't hook as hard left at the finish. Or if the shot is around over 300 but within 350, I'll grab the escape and then I'll throw the escape. And then if it's beyond that and I need a maximum drive and it's wide open, I'll grab the Grace. I don't have the arm power for the Grace yet. I still have yet to learn how to do that. But then I'll just throw the Grace out there and hope that it'll get good distance. I can get some decent distance off of it, but definitely not. I definitely can't get that disc to throw to fly like it should. I might try a lightweight Grace this year and see if that'll help. But yeah, and then for my forehands, it's just very simple. I'll just go with the Felons for that flex because I'm a flex thrower. That's my throw, and that's the disc that works best for my throw. I'm able to just flex it out. The Felon I can get with when I step into it. I can get I've done 350 out in the field, but it's like 310 on the course. So I'm still learning why there's a difference between golf lines and like field work. I still don't understand that. That might just be a mental thing because to me, you're just throwing the disc. Like I don't understand why golf lines are different than field work lines. So yes, Bradford, flex. Yes, flex all day. That's as everyone knows me, I'm known for my flex because that's just kind of my main throw. It's one that I'm most confident with. So I'll 9 out of 10 times I'll go for that before anything else. It's the throw that I spend the most time throwing. It's the throw that I am the most confident with, and I feel is the most accurate with. But anyways, if there's a hole beyond 350 feet, I'll grab the General. That's a new disc that I learned. I had the Enforcers in that slot last year, and I kind of struggled a little bit at times with how thick that rim is because it's a thicker rim than the General. But so far the Generals fly. They fly the same, but I'm able to grip the Generals a little bit better than the Enforcers. We're gonna see if it actually kicks the Enforcers out once the temperatures get warm. But so far in the cold, I like the Generals better. But we'll see how they fly compared to the Enforcers once it gets warm, and then I can kind of compare them. Bradford asked, what's your current rating? What is your rating goal for this season? My current rating right now is 873, I think it was. And my goal this year, I want to get up to 900 this year. That's the goal. But I'm not too focused on what ratings are, because you can, because like what I've been kind of taught by a couple, like my buddy Dave out in Rochester, is the ratings are kind of ratings are just average, where you can have, but your ceiling could be way higher than your average. It's just, and that's why a lot of people don't like the rating system, which I personally don't either, because it does make sense. Like last year, there was a couple times in MA3 where you had a guy that would be, let's say, like 880 rated or like 890 rated, but he's capable of pulling like a 950 rated round. So to me personally, being focused on rating as a goal, to me personally, it isn't like my main goal. Like my main goal this year is to be able to play clean golf. Like I don't want to have like these multiple rounds where I have double or triple bogeys. I want to be able to be in a situation like I'll shank a shot and then be able to scramble my way back up to par or like a bogey and not let it snowball me. And then if I do take a bad hole, I want to be able to see my mental game be able to handle that and continue. Where last season there were multiple tournaments where I took a big number on a hole that me personally would think, oh, this is an easy hole. And then I just kind of watch my tournament just tank from there. So that's my main focus this year, is to have a stronger mental game, and see my rounds be cleaner and more consistent. And then if I hit that 900 rating goal, that'll be a bonus. But that's not my main focus this year. And then another goal I have, I would love to be more consistent with my throwing too. Backhand was definitely a weak point of mine last year because I'm forehand dominant. So this year I want to be more consistent and more confident with it, so that when situations do pop up where I can't use the forehand, I can confidently be like, all right, you know what? I can backhand this. I can get it there. So that's kind of another goal of mine, is be more consistent with my throws and be more confident when I can't use my main throw. But yeah, and I'm still constantly learning as much as I can. Like I'm constantly watching forum videos, just kind of been binge watching information as much as I can, trying to learn as much as I can to improve myself, and then also just trying to get better with doing more angles on discs. Like the felons work great for the flex. And then, like, I'm coming to find out the glories I had sitting on my rack for about 2 years, those are actually pretty good for hyzers, forehand hyzers, and you can also hyzer flip them. I started figuring out that I can do that too. But it's just standstill. I've yet to figure out how to actually step into it, so I gotta learn that yet. But and then I'm starting to learn other discs. Like I'm actually starting to be able to hyzer flip a backhand now. So so last year my backhand was more so come out on a slight anhyzer, so I needed something more beefy to come back. Where this year I'm actually throwing them on hyzer, so now the beefier runs of discs I had are getting stuck on hyzer and hyzering out a lot faster. So now I'm starting to get into more flippy stuff, kind of like I'm going to be trying a stag in a couple weeks. That might kick out the Saint Pro because it's more flippy. So I should be able to do a better hyzer flip for that, for my backhand. And then maybe once I get really good at hyzer flipping, maybe I'll look at something more flippy in the driver spot. Maybe it'll kick out the grace, something I can actually throw and get max distance and flight. But yeah, these are all the goals I have this year, and I want to keep learning as much as I can with about these discs and see how I can improve my throwing with the discs. But yeah, I definitely want to know from you guys what you guys think about. Is it better for the amateurs to be more focused on one manufacturer or just have open bag? Because I've heard that before though too on Twitter, that like if you're not being paid for a by a manufacturer, like being on their team, so why would you just cancel everything else out and just just focus on one instead of having full access to everything? Or maybe you guys don't get overwhelmed by all the different discs like I do. So that's definitely something I want to know, if I'm the only one that gets overwhelmed with all the different choices out there. Maybe that's hurting my game too. I don't know, because I just kind of, once I felt overwhelmed, I just found myself with Trilogy, and then I just kind of found a way how to build my game around a few discs. So I'm not sure if I'm holding myself back with that, or I'm actually ahead of the game by being able to do that. Definitely something I want to know. Definitely something I want to learn about. So, yeah. So we'll jump into announcements really quick here. We have a couple announcements here. The last day to register for veterans for Vets Doubles being ran by Backbone is March 13th at 8 p.m. This is a doubles tournament that's going to be out at Big Guys. The weather's looking good for the 15th. That's when the tournament is. Definitely, if you have a doubles partner, definitely take them out there and enjoy that course. It's a really cool course. Easy layout, pretty simple. There's a couple good shots that are really cool. Like there was one over the pond. I like that one. That one was pretty cool. Some up and down hill shots, some wide open shots. It looks pretty cool. I like that course. The next one is Fooling at the Dizzle. The last day registered for that is April 5th at 8 p.m. That is another doubles tournament, but it'll be at the Dizzle, which is JD. And that one's being ran by Marcus. Like I said last week, dude, Marcus, it's good to have you back around here. You definitely bring a lot back from I think it was North Carolina where you were. So it'll be pretty cool to have you bring all that cool knowledge that you learned out there, bring it back this way. Yeah, make sure you register for that one. That one's a fun one. He has a cool custom layout for that, or not really a layout, but the way that he runs how the round is for you and your partner. The next one is Singles at the Dizzle. The last day to register for that one is March 25th at 7 p.m. That's where my season's basically starting. I'm gonna be at that tournament. It's Singles at the Dizzle, which is JD. That one is March 30th, I believe. I'm pumped for that one. It's unsanctioned, 2-round, but I'm definitely pumped for that one because I've been playing JD a lot this off season. So definitely a course that I enjoy. Definitely a nice open course, and plus they have the new red tee pads. And from what I've been told, I'm hoping this is true, but I've been told about new baskets being put in at JD at some point this year, so that'll be pretty cool. Most of the courses have gotten baskets over the years. Not many have that old style anymore. I think it's just JD and what other course? Oh, Como. They have the older style baskets, so it would be cool to see Como get new baskets too. That would be pretty cool. The next announcement is Sanction for Science. Last day to register is April 4th at 8 p.m. That tournament is ran by Eric. Awesome, cool single round tournament. That's where I'll be at that tournament. That's where my sanction event part of the season start. It's a cool layout. They use a couple reds, a couple whites. Everyone plays the same layout. It's fun. It's a blast. Lots of ace runs. So definitely make sure you're paying the ace spot, because I think a lot of people are gonna be hitting the ace. Just in my practice round on Saturday, I had 2 ace runs that I almost hit. So that was pretty cool. Both standstill flex shots with felons. So that'll be cool. Also, Western New York Point Series Round 1 registration has opened. Round 1 is at Outwater, so that's where it starts every year. It's definitely a fun course, challenging for me. I always struggle there at times. Power control last year was an issue, so we'll see if all the standstill shots that I did this year, we'll see if that made any improvements. I hope that it did. So we'll definitely see if there's any improvement from my score, or if I'm still gonna struggle with the power shots, but power control shots I meant. But fun course. Western Yard Point Series rounds are pretty cool. Basically sign up for a tee time for your division. Yeah, JFR Studios, I'm pumped too. I'm excited. I think that's your first tournament of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll see you there. But yeah, the Western Point Series rounds is you show up at your tee time, you go through you do the single round. Player packs are awesome. Every round you show up, you have a cool player pack. So last year they were great. The year before that they were great. So definitely, definitely sign up for that. So I'll see you guys there. Backbone Point Series, I believe that the first round is open for registration as well. I don't know too much about the Backbone Point Series because I have not been because I didn't participate in it last year. I'm gonna try and make it to an event or two of their Point Series this year just to show up for it. But with it being all over the place, I can't really travel due to commitments at home. So traveling and staying overnight away from my home is not possible. So I'm not able to do all of those Point Series rounds, but I definitely will be doing a couple of Backbone tournaments this year. So, and then also, if you guys need more information, staying up to date on tournaments that are going on, definitely definitely go to the Disc Golf Scene website. You'll find all the tournaments posted, when the registration opens, all the information as far as where the course is, what the rounds are, tee times, if lunch is provided or not. All that stuff will be provided for you there. Also keep an eye on the Backbone Facebook page. They'll be announcing different things there as far as tournaments that they're doing, or like any type of putting league or anything. Definitely keep an eye. Also keep an eye on the Buffalo Niagara and Western Yard Disc Golf Facebook pages. They will also be posting league nights, like Thursday night leagues. There's I think there's Monday night leagues, there's Tuesday night leagues, I think there's Wednesday during the season, and then there's I said Thursday already. There's definitely tons of leagues, different courses going on throughout the summer. Throughout the week. So definitely keep your eye on those Facebook pages. They will give you all the information that you need to know as far as like when the league starts, tee times and all that, where they are and stuff like that. And then second to last announcement, there was a fundraising tournament up at Elka Creek today, ran by Trevor. It was raising money for the UB disc golf team. I believe, I don't have the full information. Reach out to Trevor, but on what they were fundraising money for, and reach out to Trevor if you want to add more. If you can find a way to donate more money to them for the UB disc golf team. But there was a tournament today there. I'm not sure I think it was a single round. I could be wrong. So forgive me if I am. But we had for the podium today for the general division, first place Trevor, like always, tears it up at ECP, just like he does at Five Below. Like nobody can touch him at that course. Second place was Sherman. And then tied for third was Tim and Scott. For the ladies, it was first place Kim, second place Boo, and then third place Nikki. Good job, guys. Way to get out there. I hope the course was good. When I went there Thursday, it was kind of in rough shape, lots of water. So hopefully you guys stayed dry and were able to play really good. And then the last announcement, this one, only because I was talking to her throughout the weekend, because she was posting pictures of her out of out of state tournament. So she was kind of posting pictures, and I kind of asked her because she was posting like throwing shots of her practice rounds. I asked her, "Hey, just out of state practicing like everyone else, or tournament?" She was at a tournament. But definitely want to give a huge shout out to Alicia taking down her first tournament of the season. Congratulations. I was trying to get her on tonight so we could interview her, but she's on her way back home, so she's driving, so she's obviously not able to do the live interview. So maybe next week we'll be able to get her on here, because I definitely want to know what it's like competing outside of the state, and what it's like playing courses outside the state. So definitely, hopefully next week we'll have her on, and then she'll be able to answer all your guys' questions. And yeah, so congratulations to her on taking down the win for her first tournament. So yeah, that's the hope for next week. So hopefully you guys tune in next week, and then we'll have her on, and that's gonna be the main focus. And definitely, girls, if we have her on, I'll definitely post it throughout the week if she's gonna be on or not, because it would be nice to have a bunch of women to tune in, and then they can ask her a bunch of questions, because I want to see the women's side of the sport grow, especially around here. It seemed to drop off a little bit last year. I definitely want to see more women involved. I think it would be really, really cool to see. But yeah. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully my information of what I came up with and how I came to it for my bag, and how I went down to one manufacturer and how it benefited me. And then listening to certain podcasts like In the Bag, where Robbie C's talked about multiple times mold minimization, how to just use a couple molds, and how to get it and get your throwing developed around a couple discs, and how it benefit you. So definitely yeah, so hopefully it helped you guys out. Definitely helped me out too. What's the breaking news? I'm seeing guys say big news and breaking news. What's the breaking news, guys? Did I miss something? Waiting for Buffalo Disc Golf Daddy to message in again. And then what's big news, guys? Hold on, hold tight. I'm seeing if there's big news or what's going on here. All right, well, they're not messaging back with any news. So tune in next week. I'll definitely, like I was saying, during the week, I'll definitely we have 2 new additions added onto our BDG as of today. What's the new additions? And what's RBDGT? Angie and Cassie. Congratulations, guys. That's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty cool. You guys got added today. That's awesome. Nice job. All right. Cool. Congratulations for being added to the team. All right. So like I was saying, during the week, I will reach out to Alicia, and if we can get if I can get her lined up for next week, I'll definitely drop a post in my story on my Instagram page, and then I'll let you guys know if she's locked in. And then hopefully we get a bunch of people to tune in and ask her as many questions as you guys want, and definitely a lot of ladies, because I want to see a lot of the girls grow. So tune in next week. I'll let you guys know. So I'll see you guys all next week. See ya.